Shalom. This is about Torah portion Vayigash, the penultimate portion in the book of Genesis, chapter 44, verse 18 through 47:27. Where here we get almost the climax of the Joseph story. When we last left Joseph had put a goblet in the backpack of Benjamin, his full brother, and then chased after Benjamin and the guys leaving Egypt again and claimed that Benjamin stole the pack. Well, now they're really in a mess. They took Benjamin away from Jacob in Israel. They're tearful and fearful that Joseph is going to kill them. They don't know that he's his brother that they tried to kill before or leave in the pit. And so Judah now takes command and begs Joseph. And he has three strategies. The first strategy is to beg Joseph that Benjamin wasn't guilty and that it would kill Jacob if Benjamin was enslaved. Number two, he's prepared to battle Joseph and his armies if he refused to release Benjamin. And third, to use his ultimate weapon, prayer, that God would change things. Well, Joseph now decides that his brothers are sufficiently repentant over what they did to him, and he reveals his own identity, which of course scares them. They're now at the mercy of this very powerful man who they tried to kill, thought about killing, but he has forgiven them. And he tells them to go back to Egypt and tell Jacob what happened, to bring Jacob and everyone down to Egypt, and he would take care for them. They have Jacob and then comes down, and they have a very tearful reunion, and the family continues to work as shepherds in Egypt, and Jacob and Pharaoh will have a conversation about their life, and then as the famine continues, they sell the storehouses of grain to the Egyptians, and by the end of the famine, Pharaoh owns all of the land of Egypt, save the land of the priests. And Joseph gives seed to his people and directs them to repay Pharaoh with 1/5 of the interest. So we have here the revelation of Joseph to his brothers, the forgiveness dimension of it, the historical aspect of the people coming down to Egypt, which sets up, of course, the slavery when the new dynasty takes over later. We're now somewhere around 1700 BCE, 1600 BC, really not sure, as we prepare now for the end of this era and the beginning of the new era of slavery, which begins in two more portions when we begin the book of Exodus. It is Parashat Vayigash, the second to the last portion in the book of Genesis.